Good thinking. As you want.
I'll be swift.
Got it. Interesting. And here's the last one. I can't believe it. Let's head back to the outpost. Can't wait to see what Wraith plans to do with these.
Quite the breeze, isn't it?
What's that?
Is it so hard to understand that I don't want to talk about this? I'm here and I'm trying to help you, isn't that enough?
Silverhand's just trying to be.
Well, don't. And please, just stop talking about yourself in third person. It's ludicrous.
Right.
Yes? Did you find the shards?
What was that conversation about? With Silverhand?
Nothing. Now, do you have the shards?
I do. They weren't even that hard to find. Here.
Show me. Yeah, that'll do. So, now let's get to the unpleasant part. Remember how I told you that you wouldn't like my proposal?
Yes?
Well, there's a reason necromancy is frowned upon. And why even some dark elves shy away from practicing it. Even me.
What are you trying to say?
For what I need to do, I will need blood. A sacrifice.
Are you joking?
I'm not. You asked for my help, and this is all I can offer. If you want to try solving this with a jar of butterflies, go ahead. Anything that's alive can't survive in the miasma, save for the one who caused it. One life will suffice.
You haven't even told us what you're gonna summon.
A devourer. It's both alive and dead, and will thus serve our purpose. And yes, it can take out that Arlen Finria character. He's strong, but the miasma has drained him significantly.
Who did you have in mind?
Seriously, Tahar? I can't believe you're even considering this.
It's the only way.
It can be anybody. As long as the blood was still running in the Chosen's veins at the time of sacrifice, it will work. I suggest...
I'll do it.
Varden!
I said I'll do it. It's Arlen who caused this, and even though I don't know the reason, I should have seen it. His expeditions, these speeches he gave in the council, I was too occupied with cutting a good figure among the scryers. If this fog spreads again, it may be the end of the Moor here. We have nowhere else to go, especially not with that madman Lacane in power. Ironic. So bloody ironic.
The Moor here need a leader, Varden. If you kill yourself, who's it gonna be? Arlen? No, that's not gonna happen. There has to be another way. Silverhand?
Silverhand doesn't know.
It's fine, Silverhand. It's my choice. Wraith, what do I need to do?
I'll need a Hibernian altar to perform the ritual. Since this used to be a Hibernian city, there should be one close by, but we'll need to do some scouting.
There's one up north, and we've already secured the area.
Well, that's convenient. Then we should go. The miasma is getting stronger. Yes, that should do. Well, I don't know how to say this. Are you ready, Varden?
I am. Silverhand,
Yes?
tell the Moor here that I'm sorry, and that Xyla should lead them from this point on.
I will. Varden, Silverhand... He doesn't know what to say.
It's okay. Wraith, do it.
Understood. It won't hurt.
Wait,
Blazes, what's happening?
It's almost over. It's done.
Why? I thought you said it wouldn't hurt.
I saw his hesitation. If I had told him what really awaited him, he might have backed out.
What about the beast you wanted to summon? Where is it?
In the shards. Let's talk at the location of the miasma.
Tiara's breath. What a mess.
I know it sounds dramatic, but he died for his people.
Yes, he did. Let's just hope it was worth it.
Varden asked you to tell the Moor here he's sorry. Does that mean they didn't know about his sacrifice?
They didn't. And it will be up to Silverhand to tell them.
I never asked you that. What was your relationship with Varden?
Silverhand's relationship? Oh, hard to say. Silverhand first met him 8 years ago, before he was a scryer. Varden was a young, idealistic man back then. Always rational, always driven by logic rather than faith. His clash with Arlen was bound to happen. So, to answer your question, Silverhand doesn't know what their relationship was. Silverhand and him were neither strangers nor friends. But then again, he doesn't think Varden was a man to have many friends in the first place. Varden was too focused on his task for that, to find a new home for the Moor here. That was what Silverhand and him had in common.
Well then, time to put an end to this. What do we do with his corpse?
Let Silverhand take care of it. You go on ahead. He will meet you at the outpost. So much death. It's always the same.
Yes? Yes.
Careful.
Tahar, where's Silverhand?
Making sure that Varden gets a proper burial. Are you ready to summon the Devourer?
Yes, just say the word.
I am. Send it in.
Good. Step back.
Is it dead?
I think so. What on Io was that thing?
A spectral abomination. If I had to make a guess, I'd say that the power of the miasma somehow made it stronger.
Well, it's dead now. What about the fog? Do you think it's safe to go in?
It is. The Devourer destroyed the source of the miasma. And it seems your friend Arlen is still alive. So, I did what I came here for. The corruption is stopped, and this is where our ways part.
Now? Don't you want to know what Arlen has to say? Why he did this?
Truth be told, I don't care. It's always the same. Misguided idealism, selfishness, fear. Farewell, Tahar. Maybe I'll see you again, maybe I won't.
Farewell.
Come, Tahar. Let us see what Fenrir has to say.
Tahar. I figured you were behind this.
You're dying. Who or what did that to you?
That thing. The abomination. I wanted to stop the corruption, but then it appeared out of nowhere. I guess I had it coming.
Why, Harlan? Help me understand. Why did you summon the corruption?
Can't you guess? Our people. We had lost our way. The Guardians, Ellen, they were all we have. They just don't see it. They think it was just our perseverance that made us survive throughout the years. But it wasn't. It was Ellen, our mother. But they betrayed her. They forgot our origin, forgot what our culture was was all about.
But why the corruption? Blazes, you killed people, Arlen. What were you hoping to gain from it?
I wanted to show them that the Guardians can also be punishing. I wanted to show them what their wrath looks like. Humility. That's what they were lacking. And Varden and his rationality only made it worse. All he cared about was himself and becoming the first scryer.
Varden is dead. He sacrificed himself to cure the corruption.
What?
That miasma. It's necromancy. The worst kind. That devourer we summoned to destroy the crystal was made with Varden's blood.
I don't know what to say.
So you thought the corruption would bring the Moyher back to Ellen? Restore their faith?
I did. But it was foolish. I see that now. That crystal. I thought I could control it. But things got out of hand. The corruption became so much worse than I thought it would. At first, I thought clearing the pools would work. But it didn't. When the corruption came back, I knew that I needed to do something. That I needed to destroy the crystal. Well, you see how it worked out. Still, I did what I thought best. I'm not a murderer, just just a servant of Ellen who lost his way.
Your regret won't bring back the dead.
He's dead, Tahar.
Let's go back to Silverhand.
That way? Just give the word.
What a blasted mess. What a blasted, stupid mess.
I guess Commander Zyla didn't take the news well.
You guessed right.
For what it's worth, the plan worked. We cleared the corruption, and Arlen is dead.
Silverhand sees. He felt a shift, but after all that happened, Silverhand was too cautious to make assumptions. Tell Silverhand everything, Tahar. He wants to know.
Damn it.
Interesting. A misguided fool, as there are so many.
What's your opinion on what he did?
Silverhand doesn't know. Arlen obviously wasn't a monster. He wanted the best for his people, which he thought would be to lead them back to the Guardian faith. A noble endeavor, but his methods, so foolish. He toyed with things he could not understand. Blazes. Hibernian necromancy. How could he not see where that road would lead? Ah, well, no point in thinking about it now. Fate has decided, and all that can be done now is to look forward and strive for a better future.
What will become of the Moor here?
A good question. We shall see. Commander Zyla is a capable woman, and after the purity has been stopped, which you will do, Silverhand can feel that. He can feel that they will find a new home. Until then, Silverhand is certain that the Moor here will stay loyal to you and help you in the battles to come. Thank you for your help, Tahar. You once again stopped something horrible from happening, and they shall meet again. Silverhand's sure of that.
All right. Safe travels, Silverhand.
All right. Anything else you need to do here, Tahar? If not, let's head back to Mullendir. Our elven allies will want to know what happened here.
Let's see.
I'll take a look.
Yes? What is it?
Where did you grow up? You don't look Nortandian.
I do not. That is correct. I grew up in Imperia.
Imperia? That's a long way from here.
I know, but I hardly have any memories. My parents fled from the Civil War and set over to Northander when I was only 4 years old.
So you were refugees?
Yes, much like many Nortandians are now. We lived in the Utran lands, and my parents are still there.
What's it like to live in Northander as an Empyrean?
Well, it was my impression that Utran people are by nature a lot more skeptical towards outsiders than, for example, the citizens of Everlight. All in all, however, I cannot complain. Both my father and my mother found work quite quickly, and thanks to my occupation as first scholar of the Creators Guild, they now live a quite comfortable life.
And when did you discover your magic?
At a very early age. I believe I was 7 at that time. I must have had an outbreak, but I can hardly remember any of it. All I know is that my mother's employer, who was a mage himself, immediately took me in. I went to Everlight when I was 10, and did not leave there ever since. Until now.
Interesting. You're the first Empyrean I've met.
I'm not surprised.
I've noticed that you use both white and black magic in combat. I've never seen anyone do that before. Don't the two schools exclude each other?
Normally, yes. The essence of white and of black magic deeply oppose each other. Trying to combine both of them usually has a similar effect on a mage's mind as adding water onto a patch of burning oil. I, however, never had that problem. The first time I found out was at the Arcane University in Greyfell, where I studied. The white magic spell I had cast on a rabbit to heal his wounded paw accidentally killed it. I was very young at that time, and I knew my professor would be upset if he found out, so I channeled my energy on undoing what I had done. As a result, I created an undead rabbit. It immediately went feral, and I put it back to sleep. But rather than feeling the terrible headache that had been described to us as an effect of combining these two schools, I felt a slight sense of, well, exhilaration. I secretly continued these experiments during my studies, and found out that whatever it is that causes this mental discord among normal mages did not affect me.
Do you have an explanation for this?
No, I do not.
Maybe it has to do with the way my mind is structured, or maybe it is a simple coincidence.
Well, that's odd. Goodbye. Here we are again. At least, with the Bloodburn gone, the undead should be less of a problem now.
What do you mean?
The Bloodburn didn't just kill the living, it also woke the dead.
Interesting. Well, let's head to the fortress. I'll do the talking once we get there.
Of course.
Now would you
I'll make it
look at that?
Stay away from their claws.
Something there. What's that? Right.
As you want.
Will do.
So, what's the plan?
Something there.
Is it just me or is it a little too quiet here?
You're right. Stay sharp.
Get ready!
Now! For Aeonir!
It's over already.
Tiara's breath. Bane?
Yes. Looks like Lacane has an interest in this place.
But why? Aeonir's blade is a wasteland. And faith aside, doesn't he need the field dark protected as much as we do?
Maybe he's even more deranged than we thought. In any case, we should hurry. If the Falcons are under attack,
I'm
things
telling
are worse
you,
than we feared.
you're going to regret this. We're...
Did I ask you for your...
By the... Hey! Help me!
Ah, shit.
Tiara's breath. Thank you. I was sure they were going to kill me.
Well, you're safe now. What happened here? And who are you?
Ralph. Ralph Adony. I'm a mentalist from the Creators Guild in Neverlight. The Deathmen and the Bane. They've invaded the canyon, and they are besieging the Falcon Fortress as we speak.
Blazes. That's not good.
And what about you? What are you doing here?
Long story. I think Skalalena is better fit to tell you. We have a camp in the southeast of the canyon. I'll go there right now. You're free to join me if you want.
Hang on there. What about the Falcons? Where are they?
Oh, yes. Most of them have withdrawn into the fortress, including Highkeeper Aranor. But there are some survivors in their old encampment south. I don't know if you've heard it, but there was quite the drama here only a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I know the story. One more question. Who are we up against? Deathman and Bane?
Mostly, yes. Lucky for us, the Purity hasn't sent any Lightbringers yet. And of course, they're still undead. But not as many as before, when the Bloodburn was still a thing.
All right. Stay safe, Ralph.
I'll do my best.
If the fortress is under siege, that camp is probably a good place to make contact with the Falcons.
Agreed. Once we have a better idea of the situation, we'll send word to our forces.
Sure.
Blazes. They devastated this place.
As I said, Aranor's distrust in the Deathmen was justified.
Hold it right there. One step further and I'll slit your throat.
Put the knife away, boy. We're not your enemies.
Excuse me, who are you to... Wait, Lord Marshal Arendir? But they told us you fell in the Battle of Greykeep.
Who? The Bane? The Deathmen? Don't believe everything you hear, boy. Now put down that weapon. We're here to help.
Of course. My apologies, Lord Marshal. I meant no offense.
Who is... Wait. You're the one who helped to free the fortress, aren't you? And Lord Marshal Arendir, you're... Tiara's breath. I'm Watcher Joanne. Forgive Recruit Averett's behavior.
No harm done. Now, tell us what happened. Where's the High Keeper?
In the fortress. That whole mess, it happened a week ago. We were still recovering from the undead attack a moon ago, and we thought the Deathmen were gone for good. They completely took us by surprise, like bloody amateurs. We just barely managed to drive them out of the fortress.
We? But you're here, aren't you?
Yes, well, that's a different story. The 6 of us, we were tasked with guarding the catapult. When those screaming Bane fanatics attacked by the dozens, we got... I don't know, scared. We ran.
No reason to be ashamed. You're no good to anyone dead.
That's Sellsword's thinking. A keeper of the Iron Falcon shouldn't run away like that. Yet we all did. We're a disgrace.
Well, self-pity doesn't help either. We need to act. You said the Bane and the Deathmen are besieging the fortress. How big of an army are we talking about?
A large one. They are only a fraction of their respective forces, but together, they will break through the gates eventually.
Well, then I think it's time to call in our troops. Our old outpost. Is it still there?
I think the Deathmen burned it to the ground, but it should be easily rebuilt.
Good. What then?
Well, obviously the most important thing is to prevent the Deathmen from breaking through the fortress. But a head-on ambush would be suicide.
Then what do you suggest?
I suggest a two-way route. We support Highkeeper Aranor in the fortress and simultaneously weaken the enemy. Also, Averett may not look like it, but he's actually a skilled Arya Smith. If you get us the material, we can equip your warriors with it.
What about Gifford?
Yes, true. He might also be able to help. If they didn't kill him yet, that is.
The leaders of the Deathmen and the Bane? Are they here?
That crazy scarred woman and Commander Catrus, you mean? They were, yes, but they left 3 days ago.
For the attack on Mullendir, of course. What does Arya have to do with weapons?
You don't know?
Arya water is not just used for alchemy. The Falcons have used it to imbue their weapons for centuries.
Who's Gifford?
Our engineer. He was at the catapult too when we were attacked. But he didn't make it. We left him like bloody cowards. If he's still alive, we can free him and he might be able to repair the catapult.
I understand. But how can we support the Keepers on the inside?
Well, they've been trapped in the fortress for over a week, and our provisions were already low back then. If we manage to smuggle resources inside, then it may help them to regain their strength. There's a small hole in one of the northwestern walls, just next to the catapult. If we secure that sector, we can drop resources into their courtyard.
Solid plan. Then let's get to work.
Yes. And with your permission, we will join you. We've been hiding for too long. It's time to make these bastards pay.
So much to do, so little time. That should work. This will be building completed. Chop chop, man. Let's get to work.
Yes?
Only take a second. Building completed.
Who are they? They don't look like Bane.
Well, well. So you're the ones Ralph was talking about. Who are you? Oh, you're definitely not with the purity, that's for sure. I'd recognize that deluded look right across that bloody canyon.
Lord Marshal Angar Arandir.
Oh, so you're the King Regent. True, now I see it. Though you don't live up to the paintings, if I may say so. Then I suppose this is Tahar, the prodigal child. Pleasure to meet you.
Likewise. So, why are you and these mages here?
Simply put, because we want to make a difference. I'm Lena, second scholar of the Creators Guild. Or was, that is. I guess they crossed out my title after I left. So why exactly are we here in Aenir's Blade? That's a story to fill books with, but I'll make it short. Because some of us were tired of sitting on our supposedly safe little island in Everlight and watching while mages are being slaughtered. A law which, by the way, you ratified, Lord Marshal Arandir.
I did what was necessary.
Yes, the universal excuse for everything, isn't it? We spent the past year helping wherever we could, but it was a misty war, so to speak. You couldn't tell your enemies from your allies. However, since the Kane has gone crazy, things got easier. So now we're fighting the Purity.
But why here, in Aenir's Blade?
Ever heard of Yura's Ring?
Help me out.
In the first battle with the Field Darg, there was a mage named, you guessed it, Yura. She is one of the main reasons why Io is still in one piece. She held the Field Darg at bay while the Guardians banished them. Of course, however, it cost her dearly. She gave her life for it. The ring, however, is still here, buried thousands of armwits beneath the sand. We're here to retrieve it.
How? It would take years to dig that deep.
Good thing we aren't planning to dig. In the past moons, I prepared a ritual. Telekinesis, if that strikes a chord. However, releasing that much magical energy is likely to wake up a whole lot of undead. In other words, we can't do the ritual without someone guarding us. Which brings me to my next question.
Assuming you managed to unearth that ring, what do you hope to get from it?
Sight. It is said to allow its wearer to sense other mages' auras, even from a distance. That could be an incredible asset in our fight. An ambush like the one on the Falcon's fortress would never have happened.
You said some of us, so I'm guessing not the entire Creators Guild follows you.
Of course not. And I won't lie, that split was dramatic. You know, the art scholar and I were quite close. However, he thought getting involved in any way would risk the Creators Guild neutrality. And in a way, he was right. However, most mages agreed and left with me. Only a handful of students stayed. But let's not talk about this, shall we? That night isn't among my fondest memories.
Let me guess, you want our help?
Indeed. But I don't expect you to risk you and your men's lives for nothing. So let us make a bargain. If you help us retrieve the ring, I'll convince some of our mages to help you in your battle. Frankly, your army has the best chances of winning this war, and we could use help.
Sounds fair. What's your plan?
Actually, it's quite simple. We will teleport ourselves to the ritual grounds and await you there. All you need to do is to protect us while we cast the spell.
That's simple enough. All right, we'll meet you there.
Thank you.
Sounds like a plan.
She's the
You got
fastest
it.
we have.
Yes?
This will be a masterpiece. All right, then, let's get to it. That should work. It'll only take a second. Chop, chop, man. Let's get to work.
Is there anything you need?
So much
Where
to
to?
do, so little time.
Understood. Good thinking. We could use another outpost.
The outpost has been built. We've expanded our borders.
This will be a masterpiece.
Commander, we need to stock up on stone.
Chop, chop, man. Let's get to work.
Commander, we need to stock up on stone. Building completed. Commander, we need to stock up on stone. Building completed.
All right, then, let's get to it. Chop, chop, man. Let's get to work.
Building completed.
Well then, so much to do, so little time.
Yes?
That should work. All right, then, let's get to it. Only take a second. So much to do, so little time. This will be a masterpiece.
Understood.
Here we go.
Tiara's breath. What are you people doing here? You... Wait. Lord Marshal Arendir. I thought you were...
Dead? No, I'm not. We're here for the Falcons. We need your help.
Oh, I see. Well, as you know, the situation is dire.
We know. What are you doing out here in the desert?
We were out on a mission when the attack happened. We tried to get back and help our brothers and sisters, but as you can imagine, we are too few to take these purity bastards head on. So we stuck to the mission instead. Though we weren't successful yet.
What mission?
The Death Men. They sent a group of necromancers before they launched their attack. I think they're trying to control the undead, but they're strong. Too strong.
Then let's attack together.
Yes, that might work. Fine, let's make a bargain. You help us deal with these necromancers, and we'll lend you our maces. It would be an honor to fight on your side, Lord Marshal Arendir.
Likewise.
Of course. The more help we get, the better.
Perfect. We will not let you down.
Let's see.
I'll do what's required.
For the All Father! For Aenir!
All right, here goes nothing.
So much blood. Control.
That's it. They're done raising the undead.
Huh?
That way? Yes.
That should work. This will be a masterpiece.